2. 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day shall there be to you an holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Lord. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
So we all supposed to be dead.
We're all supposed to be dead because we all profane the Sabbath. We all profane the Most High's name. That was the biggest one. Profaning his name, calling his name Jehovah and Jesus to all the other nations. When the other nations say it, the Most High don't care. But when you say it, it pisses him off. Because you're an Israelite. You were meant to do righteousness. They were meant to do wickedness. The only way for them to learn righteousness is through you. And you're only learning through us. We only learn it through our elders. And our elders only learn it through the Spirit of Yahawashi. So it's a chain of command. We're here to give back that chain of command.
Alright, I got a question.
Yeah.
I remember I went to church a while ago. I think it was like a, I don't know what it was, I think like a Friday week. He was talking about how sometimes God will continue to give you chances to get out of bad situations, and then he'll give you a wrath or something like that.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
I understand what they're going with, but that's not actual 100% scripture. The scripture says that he will have mercy on whoever he will have mercy, and he will have compassion on whoever he will have compassion, and he will harden whoever he chooses. Therefore, if the Most High, okay, there's two things that's working with you. There's your mind, which is where the Most High dwells, and your heart, which is where Satan dwells. Your heart is of your flesh, right? Your mind is of the Most High. That's why it's higher than your heart. But your heart wants to be up here. That's why the so-called white man tells you, don't think, go with your heart. Go with your feelings. How do you feel? What is your emotion? That's why the Most High said this, the women are already gone after Satan because they're already emotional. They're weak. They're weak when it comes to flesh. Women look and think about sex way more than both of y'all combined. One woman thinks about sex way more than y'all, but they try to say that y'all think about sex more than them. They're a liar. They're a father, and they come from the father of liars. The best way for you to prove a lie is say, talk about yourself, but point the finger at you. That's going to make this person believe, yeah, that shit sound believable, man. He's saying it. He's saying it. It sounds so believable because I'm talking about myself, but I'm pointing the finger at you and saying you're the bad guy. You're the
It's like the
thief.
so-called white man.
Yep.
They point all the bad things on us. Everything on TV, we look like the bad guy, but who gave us all the tools to do all the wickedness? They did.
Who
they
showed
put
us?
the drugs in the community. They put the guns in the community. We got all the shit from them, but then they point the finger at us. They look at them.
And who taught the so-called black man how to make crack? Because that's chemistry. We don't do it with books. So how the fuck did you niggas know how to make crack though? Somebody had to teach you. Who taught you? And it couldn't have been another nigga. Because another nigga gonna teach you from another nigga. It's eventually gonna come down to the so-called white man. Even when you go into the Egyptology and trying to learn more about Egypt, who dug up all those pharaohs? Negroes didn't do it. Who did it? The white people did it.
That's why they cut the noses and lips off.
Exactly. So y'all, pow. Now they don't have those big ass niggas' nose and those big ass nigga lips. Now we can say that the Egyptians were white people. Because Cleopatra was actually white. She wasn't a Hamite. She wasn't part of actually an Egyptian. She was a Roman person that got that Egyptian status. Just like the people that call them, the white people that call themselves American, if you go onto your applications, if you go and fill out the application, watch, it'll say Native American, Black, or African American, but it won't say American for nobody else. They say white, Asian, they won't even say Hispanic, but ain't there South America? Why aren't they called Americans? Why are they trying to stipulate that you Negroes are Americans to keep you under the slave master?
And that's another thing too, when you ask like a white person what they are, they never say American, they say German, they say this, that, and the third. You ask a black person, they black.
Black, and that's not a fucking nation.
Yep. Now we'll get a certain Edomite, they'll say, I'm American. We'll say, okay, you're an Edomite. No, I'm Greek. No, you're an Edomite. Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I am of Christ. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things. Keep the ordinance as I deliver them to you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. Every man praying or prophesying and having his head covered is honoring his head. You heard that? That's why I told you here. It says, every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered is honoring his head.
Every man that pray or prophesy with his head, with a hoodie on, a hat on, anything that's covering your head, you're dishonoring your head, and your head is Yahawashi. So you're giving dishonor to the Most High Son, which is dishonoring the Most High, and he gonna fuck you up for that. That's why he said, no, take your head off. All right? Just like when we was over there across the street, we taught a brother how to pray. He was trying to pray right there, and we stopped him. No, you'll curse yourself if you do that. You're not supposed to pray in the street. You're supposed to pray in secret. Go into your closet in your own room and then face the east and pray. Let it be done in secret so the Most High will reward you openly. You got one?
No, but basically, that's why I told you not to keep it uncovered. Like, if you pray, make sure you don't have your head covered, like a hat, nothing like that, like a do-rag, shit like that. Because that's dishonoring your head.
But a woman, she has to cover it. Otherwise, she's dishonoring her head. And her head is the man.
It says, for every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head. For that is even more wrong, as if she was saved, as if her head was bald. Basically saying a woman that doesn't pray with her head covered is dishonoring her head, like if her head was shaven off.
Yeah, but nowadays, these women, they don't care about shaving off their hair.
Which means none of these women, actually, their prayers is not getting anywhere because none of these women even know to cover their hair to pray. They're not even praying to the east.
Exactly. Their prayers ain't getting nowhere because they don't have the righteous name. They don't have a man to guide them. Because that's scripture. A woman has to be guided by a man. It has to. She can't run by herself. If women ran the streets, you know how much rape would be going on? If women ran the streets 24/7? Now, why is there a lot of rape going on in America? Because women run the streets 24/7. But what are they doing now? The so-called white man, he's got tired of the pussy. He wants what? He wants little boys. So now he makes the little boys be hoodlums with tight jeans and sagging in them. You can't run away from the cops. So what the fuck is you doing it for? Who looks at ass more, men or women? Men. So who are you trying to attract if you're showing off your ass? Men. That's why we're getting our people out of the so-called white man's state of mind, because he's going to fuck you up. He's going to make you think that homosexuality, there's nothing wrong with it. That's just how God wants it to be.
Yeah, they pushing it a lot.
The Most High says, by our law, by the Most High's law, you're supposed to stone them to death.
Even these new shows, they got like little teenager shows and shit. You know what I mean? You know, the little Disney Channel, because my niece will be watching. There'll be a lot of little homosexual boys on there now. Be mad gay. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of shit that be, and it's a lot of shit that be in them shows, man. They be just subliminal messages that, you know what I mean, people just don't know because y'all so used to see it. Go ahead and read the word.
Jeremiah 17:9 says the heart is deceitful above all things. And desperately wicked. Who can know it?
It said the heart is deceitful above all things. But you know what's so-called white man American tell you, follow your heart.
And then they say, well, what is? Then they say this is the heart shape, right? This is the heart shape. Is your heart shaped like that? No. So that's a bold-faced lie. That's a bold-faced lie. It's not a heart shape. That's an idol. That's an idol that Hamites used to worship. All right? So they got you worshiping idols without you even knowing it.
Yeah,
like American Idol.
That Jesus. That's an idol that everybody go to church and worship.
Yep. Everybody
Because in
worships
your
that.
head, everybody picture.
When you say Jesus, you think of the so-called white man. You think of that
You
image.
think he coming down from the sky to save everybody.
Nobody thinks of that image when you're saying Jesus. You think of this image.
Yeah, as much as you want to believe, you still
have this
Yeah.
image. Because that image fits that scripture. But the name Yahawashi, it ain't gonna fit him. Try to call this nigga Yahawashi, you be like, nah, that ain't your name. But you look like a brother that's called Yahawashi.
But the thing is, like in the Bible, I've never seen Yahawashi.
In the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna say Yahawashi, it's gonna say Jesus.
Is it because of the name?
It is it's because the Most High allowed them to take that name away. Because that was part of our power. Alright? Our whole power structure is that name. I can have all the scriptures and know this from front to back, know all the prophecies, but if I don't have the name, what good is it? What good is it me teaching you how to do all this stuff, but you need the name? You need that key. I mean, without that key, once we get in, we know what to do, but we don't have the key to get in. And here comes destruction. What's going to happen if we don't have the key? We're going to get swept away. So what good is it that I learn everything in here and I have the wrong name? That's why they stress the name Jesus to everybody so much. Do everything in that name Jesus. Because they understand the significance of the name, but they're giving you the wrong name. They're giving you a devil.
It's Proverbs 18 to 10.
No.
It's Proverbs 18 to 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it. And it's safe.
And it's safe. We're safe in what? In the name. Scripture says your safety is in that name. It's a strong tower.
Have you ever heard the description of Yahawashi?
It was called Jesus.
You ever heard the description of Christ?
And hair like wool?
But have
Yes.
you heard it? Like the whole thing?
No.
We're about to go ahead. Go ahead and bring it.
This is Revelation chapter 1.
Brother, can you give me Daniel 10, 5 to 6?
This, Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the revelation of Jesus Christ, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent the significant it by his angels unto his servant John.
Now, his servants, the only people that could serve the Most High are Israelites. So anytime he says his servants, he's strictly talking about Israelites, not everybody in the world. This is a family event. You guys are family. The Most High chose you, because I was even talking to you on the last one, but you stopped and you stayed and you wanted something and I gave it to you. So the Most High chose you. I didn't choose you.
Yeah, that's a fact, because I wasn't even paying attention to you neither.
I didn't
see
choose
you there.
The Most High chose you.
brother.
And then you bring another brother. That's why the Most High chose you, because you're already up as a man in the mind. Even though you may not be in a man and everything else, but up here, that's where it's important. Right? Because you're a man up here, everything else is going to come into place.
Now, Revelation, he says the revelation was being revealed.
To reveal.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 14.
Hold on. Now, why do you need a revealing of what Yahawashi looks like? Because he knew that they were going to give you this image.
Yeah.
Keep going. See, we go into words, man.
His head, this is Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. Actually, no, let me start with 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake unto me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and they girt about the paps with a golden girdle. So you got a garment on down to the foot. You got a golden girdle like that, just like that. Matter of fact, we're gonna get why we wear these garments too. Because this is part of our customs. That's what we're supposed to wear.
Yep.
This is our clothing, basically.
Yeah, this is how we normally wear clothes. We're wearing garments.
In his head, this is verse 14. In his head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. He had red eyes because he drank a lot of wine. They called him a wine bibber. He said he was a drunk. So the Muslims always say that shit. Oh, Jesus is nothing but a drunk.
Aisha.
Yeah.
They call him Aisha.
So they call him a drunk. He drank a lot of wine.